that, chat? Hold back! Hold back! All right, chat. Close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're gonna close that trade. $5 grand live on stream. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's up? What's up? How are we doing, beautiful people? Good morning. I really appreciate you guys waiting for me. Thank you so much. Good morning to everybody. My apologies on being late. I am so sorry. This is what happened. I did wake up a little late, but I did think it was Saturday. I woke up about 20 minutes ago. I mean, not 20 minutes ago. No, I woke up like 30 minutes ago. And I'm going to break the news to you guys. I've been writing you guys a book. So I woke up, I thought it was Saturday morning, and I started continuing the book that I'm writing for you guys. So I'll break the news now. And then it just dawned on me, oh shoot, it's Friday. Yeah, I really forgot it was Friday. But also I woke up, my phone was dead, but you guys know me, I'm not a person who's on their phone all the time or anything like that. So I didn't even care that my phone was dead. I just got to work. That's how tunnel vision I am, guys. You guys know I'm very tunnel vision. Oh, what was that? Oh, is that the music? Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck was that? But yeah, I'm very tunnel vision, so I didn't even... My phone was dead. I plugged it up, left the room, started writing a book for you guys. But yeah, let's hop over to the market and let's get into it. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Where's my screen? Where's my screen? No. Oh, there you go. What the heck? Okay. Can't wait for that. Thank you. Yeah, so I didn't want to break the news today. I was actually going to break the news tomorrow. Let me pull it up here. So you guys know what it's going to be about. This is how you know I thought it was Saturday. I already have the stream up. So this is for tomorrow on Saturday. Stop blowing accounts and get paid. Free playbook. So yes, the book is going to be free, everybody. I have been working hard on it because I don't want it to be something that you're like, oh my God, I'm reading this whole thing. No, it's going to be real short. It's going to be short and sweet, straight to the point. It's going to be a lot of guidance. It's going to be a nice, easy read for everybody at all levels. Like, I'm trying to make the chapters like 1 to 2 pages. Sometimes 3 pages, but overall be like 1 to 2 pages. So quick reads, right? Quick reads. You can even do a small chapter a day. It'd take you all of 2 minutes, you know. But yeah, so we'll talk about that more tomorrow. So tune in for tomorrow morning's stream. Okay, stop blowing accounts and get paid. I'll give you a little sneak preview. And yeah, if you are a member of the channel, I will be launching it to members first. Of course, that's the perk of being a member, right? You get stuff early. So yeah, members are definitely going to be getting it first. What time tomorrow? You can just click on here. I'll tell you what time it is for you. But yeah, members are gonna get the book first, and then I'll let you guys know the release date. I'm planning on having it done by the end of this month. Like I said, members get first access. All right, so go ahead and become a member if you want to get this book first. You'll be able to download it on your phone, tablet, computer. You can store it and save it forever. Anywhere you can keep it. All right, back to these charts, everybody. Again, good morning, everybody. Let's make sure we smile. If you haven't smiled already, let's make sure that we smile. Okay. Okay. Also, give me 1 second, guys. I did see my mom call me. 1 second, guys. I'm on the 5-minute. Give me 60 seconds, guys. But I shake the room. Swerve. Okay, chat. Here we go. D-Hub. That D-Hub? Yeah, that's D-Hub. Welcome to the official fam. I appreciate you so much. Dropping down the VWAP. Okay. So, the volume in Nasdaq yesterday was insane, right? I didn't even trade yesterday. I just kind of watched for a little bit, but I didn't really watch the market too much. I did see on Tradingviews stream, all of their hosts, they were all paper trading yesterday. They said, forget this mess. Looks like quite a few people paper traded yesterday. I mean, if you made some money yesterday, you made some money. There was some volume. But I want you guys to remember, you don't have to trade every day. And if you're still in that beginner stage, if you feel like you have to trade every day. Okay. Hi, Luna. Good morning. So, you know, regardless if other people are trading, that doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with you if other people are trading. There's going to be people trading every single day of the year, guys. There's people who trade on Christmas. Not professionals, but there's people who trade on Christmas. So what I'm trying to say is, no matter what, there's going to be a day people are trading and making money and losing money. That doesn't mean you have to be in the market. All right, so we want to practice discipline. And, you know, if there's a day where you feel like, it's chopping me up, maybe just call it a day. You know, it's always okay to call it a day. I just passed my 25K Tradingviews account yesterday. Locked the funded account off today. Just chilling, paper trading. Followed everything I learned on stream. D-Hub! Let's go, D-Hub. Can we get some W's in the chat for D-Hub? Congratulations, and I'm glad the stream has helped you with guidance for passing. We get some W's in the chat for D-Hub. You know we celebrate everybody's wins on this channel. Everybody's important on this channel. Hi, Maxwell. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great morning. What's up with... Oh, the SpaceX IPO. Is that today? I remember hearing about it last week. I forgot what day it was. Is that today? Let me see. I remember reading an article about it last week. I mean, I think it's interesting. I think anything about space, I think, is interesting. Anything about rockets and going into space, I think is super cool. It's out of my element of expertise. So I do admire it. I know there's so much that goes into it. I think it's pretty cool though. There's a place I went to recently, actually, where at nighttime they had some professionals put out some huge telescopes on the ground, and we looked up. We were able to see Jupiter and a few moons, and then sometimes we could see Saturn. But I went to that a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty cool. Like, before I looked into the telescope, you could tell it's not a star. Like, whatever it is, it's got to be a planet, but you can't tell what it is. But it's so crazy how You look into the telescope and then boom, it's right there. Look like straight out of the books. Why do people think the Earth is flat when we can literally see other planets? Is my question. Actually, we're not even gonna get into people's theories about the Earth being flat. Let's not do that today. To each their own. Open at 9:50. Oh, it was today. Cool. They raised 75 billion. What? They raised 75 billion? Dang. Is Elon Musk the richest person on the planet? What? Chat, isn't it crazy that one of the richest people on the planet sleeps in his office on the floor, don't even have a house, don't even care for having a car, but yet owns a car company? Isn't that so crazy? What world are we living in? I just think that's kind of crazy, right? Interesting. Richest person on the planet. Don't give a damn about staying in hotels. This man will sleep on the floor of his factories, they said. That's another level of entrepreneurism. That's how dedicated he is. That's something different. Couldn't be me. If I had Elon Musk money, I'm not sleeping on the floor of my factory. I'll catch y'all in that 5-star hotel up the street and I'll be back in the morning. You know, I can't sleep on that hard cold floor. But you guys could look it up. They even have some of his workers report. Sometimes he'll be napping like on the couch because the guy, I guess he takes a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that to stay up because he's really like about his goals. The guy barely sleeps. He's about his goals. That's why he just will pass out in the factory. It's interesting. I mean, that type of dedication, even though you're already successful, is wow. You know, he just has a different type of mindset, y'all. Seriously, different type. He got a different type of discipline. Hi, Chase. Hi, Seven. $300. We sleeping good, right? Like, listen, I'm gonna have to catch y'all later. I am not sleeping on no cold factory ground. Yeah, he's just a different breed. He's a different breed of a person, guys. He's different. Maybe he's half human. I don't know. He may be half human, guys. I don't know. His brain just works on a whole different level. You guys know that he created PayPal, right? When he was a student. A lot of people don't know that. You guys realize Elon Musk, as a computer science student, you know, learning coding, learning how to make apps and websites, created PayPal. Now, little did he know, look how big PayPal is now. He didn't know. He sold it. You know, that's how he got some of his first big run of money, but he didn't sell it for that much. But who would have knew PayPal is what it is now, right? Isn't that insane? It's so crazy, right? But he didn't, like, he got money from that, but not as much as you think, because it wasn't anything. It was just like a little app and an idea. But he took that money and invested and tried to come up with more companies, right? And then years later down the road, we see Tesla. Years later down the road, we see SpaceX. You know, it's so crazy. It's crazy. I just think it's so crazy that he's the creator of PayPal when he was a student. It's just so crazy. He was ahead of his time. My renewal date was today, but I passed my evals last night. Are you still trying to charge since I passed? Wait, what? Wait a minute. I don't even have the music to cover this drama. Because now I want to be dramatic after reading what you just said to me. I need drama music, chat. Hold on. What kind of drama music can we get? Hold on. I know the perfect song. I literally know the perfect song for this. I have to look it up though. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, it's the perfect song. So you're asking me, so you're telling me you passed your evals, which congratulations. And then you're going to say, oh, I thought you said, why am I trying to charge you? See, now I got the dramatic music for no reason. Like, what do you mean, why am I trying to charge you money? What are you talking about? You said, why are they trying to charge you? So now I got this dramatic music for no damn reason. we just went through all that for no damn reason. I read that and I thought you said, Lens, I passed the evals. Why are you trying to charge me? But congratulations on passing. If you passed, you said it's 12:05, so 12:05 is the new day. So if you passed on the day, I mean, yeah, you're gonna get charged. Your renewal date is today. You just happen to pass today. I mean, you have to think about it. It don't matter that it's 5 minutes into the day. It's today, sweetheart. Today's the day, you know? The rent is due. The rent is due. Sorry. You know? You gotta think about it. You could have renewed your eval today. And then later on today, maybe you passed like 10 minutes before the market closes. But you wouldn't have been able to take that trade 10 minutes before the market closes today if you didn't renew. Right? Your license wouldn't have been activated. So technically, the rent is due. The rent is due. But, I mean, hey, try to message them and see if you can get a refund. I don't know. You never know. You passed around 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. is going to be the new daily candle. That's the new daily candle for the next day. So like I said, it's based on you're paying based on the daily candle, basically. You're not paying based on the day that you're going off of. They're going by today is Friday's candle. So the rent is due if you want to trade Friday's candle, right? Just like Sunday night starts Monday's candle. Well, if the rent is due next week, you can't trade Monday's candle Sunday night unless the rent is due, right? So yeah, it's going by the current daily candle. You know, that's why. But like I said, you can try to message them and see if you can finesse your way. You probably can't, but you never know. You may get lucky. You may get lucky. See what happens. Looks like... Let's talk about 930. So 930 came down about 194 points. The candle looks so small, but that's almost 200 points. Retraced back up 137 points just to come back down 213 points just to reverse back up. My goodness. All over the place. So we're up 300 points from this spot. Wow. It's crazy because, you know, you're looking at it on the 5 minute, but when you measure these candles, I mean, the volume is very much real. Very, very much real here. So what I usually do on days like today is I like to use my bank zones. Those of you who are in the trading lab, we're definitely going to be talking about some bank zones this Sunday. But those of you who have learned from me before, those of you who have been a part of my channel, you guys know about bank zones. I made so many free bank zone videos in the past. So let's go ahead and talk about them. Who knows what bank zones are? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you know what bank zones are. Let's see who remembers before we talk about them. Who remembers? I had so many free videos on it over the years. They're very helpful on rangy days. And those of you who are learning from me in the trading lab, I always have my weekly levels. You guys see my purple levels. Now, as far as daily levels, if the daily levels get to be too much or stacked up too much, then I'll just go by the bank zones. But purple levels will stay no matter what. Purple levels are always required. Always required. Okay, I see 3 ones. 3 ones, 3 ones. Okay, here we go, 4 ones. So yeah, bank zones, I want you guys to think about a quarter, like money. 25 cents. Hold on. Let's make this like 25 cents, 50, 75 cents, $1, right? I want you to think, yeah, quarter theory, there you go. Yep, the quarter theory. So I want you to think of it like that, right? You can count by 25s, you can count by 50s. I never place a 75 mark just because we have so much volume in this market. You never have to worry about it. We usually fly from 50 to the next 100, right? So the way I teach you guys is typically I teach you guys to count by 50s. Right, so for an example, we'll go from 50 to 100 to 150, 200, 250, right? Everybody on track with that? Let me get a 3 in the chat if we're cool with that. Let me get a 3 in the chat. Let's see, does that make sense? I'll give you guys some time. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, right? Okay, there we go. I see a 3. So, however, with the current market conditions and the amount of volume we have an influx of volume. Instead of counting by 50s, yeah, I might as well count by 100 because the volume is so big. So I'd start with 100. I'd skip 150. I just go straight to 200. I mean, the volume is so big, right? I'd skip 250. I go straight to 300, right? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And so on, right? So that's how you want to count. Again, you can add the 50s, but I mean, that's a lot of extra work. This market is moving so quickly, you don't even need middle levels. You just need 1, 2, 3, right? You don't need the in between. Not with this market, it ain't slow. All right, so let's go ahead and mark some on our chart. We got one right here at 400, but I mean, it is really close to my level, so I'll skip 400. So after 400, we got 500, right? 29,500. And make sure it's exact, guys. Go to your coordinates. You don't want 0.75. You don't want 0.50. You don't want a quarter. You want to the T, 0, 0, 0. 29,500. If we add 100 to that, it'll be 29,600, right? We add 100 to that, it'll be 29,700. And again, that's kind of close to my level. I'll just put it for educational purposes. I guess I'll put this one too. So what's this one? 500, so 400 if we're counting backwards, right? I'll put it for educational purposes. And there you go. Now, if we take a look at, we'll say last night Asian session, if we just go back in time, what do you guys see? We went from here to here, rearranged. Then eventually when we came into here, Look at this. This is ridiculous. We retest. We come up to here. We come back down to here. We range. We range. We range. We break through. We come back down to the next zone, right? We eventually break back up to the next zone, right? So again, it's there to assist you when we're having those rangy days, right? Those rangy days. Makes sense, everybody? Let me get a 5 in the chat if everything I just said makes sense. Just wait till the 5 p.m. to get the dashboard update. What's up, NQ? Soccer Mom, I see ya. Luna, do you understand them now, Luna? Let me know, Luna, do you understand now? That makes sense, the way I place those there? Just simple counting. Nothing too crazy, right? Yes, understood. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, especially if we go down to the 1 minute. I mean, look at this. Right? Quite the range. Oh my goodness. Insane. Yeah, I mean, even on the 1 minute, you guys can see these ranges, right? So, like I said, if you're not in favor of this, it's okay to say, you know what, it's Friday. Let me just chill out. Let me take the weekend to kind of review how can I adjust my strategy for these rangy type of days, right? Because markets that are ranging are very different from markets that are just flowing, you know? And then markets that are ranging with high volume, you're gonna get chopped up using one micro. You will blow that account real quick with one micro before you know it. That's with one. You know? So yeah, speaking of, I would like to, while we're waiting here, you guys go into the Discord. I did launch something new for everybody. If you scroll down to free stuff, it's free stuff. You'll be able to click the category, click it to expand it, click, 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 click. We have a books category. I'll be putting some ebooks in there. And you guys know about the trading journal. I did create it. You guys got dark mode, light mode, but I just dropped a back testing journal that I created for you guys last night. So I don't know if you noticed it. Let me know in the chat if you noticed it. But if you didn't notice it, I dropped this in here yesterday for everybody. So, how to get the journal? You download it. You click this right here. Nice safe file I created for you guys. You can download it. And even if you have, let's say, Google Sheets on your phone, you can import it. Got a laptop computer, you're just gonna open up Google Sheets, then you're gonna click import, and then you'll click it, you know, you'll go into your downloads folder and you'll click on the journal. So this is the official back testing journal. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. I did put up a few screenshots to give you an idea of what it looks like before you download it. Of course, you guys can change the colors, you can do what you want, but I made this for you guys so you guys can back test. Now this dashboard is going to automatically update as you log in your trades. It's going to automatically do this stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about this stuff. Have you tried Notion to journal? I've used Notion for other things, but not to journal. I do have a friend, Max, who you guys probably know, who used to live trade on YouTube. I think he's more popular on TikTok and Instagram for trading, but you guys know Max. He always gave us a shout out. He was trying to get me on the Notion thing. He does Notion with his members. He does a lot of journaling there. I mean, Notion is cool. It's cool. I guess I'm old school, guys. I'm a Excel crackhead, so I like just going in there, boom, 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 getting some data and doing it. Because I tell you what, there's nothing more satisfying than getting that data together, getting the answer, and it working. There is nothing more satisfying than that, right? But like I said, let me pull it up for you guys. But yeah, that is in the free stuff category. So you guys go ahead and when you join the Discord, go to the free stuff. There's free stuff you guys can download. Let me. Hopefully, I saved it here. I honestly. No, not Google Workspace. That's not what I want. We want Google Sheets. Where Google Sheets? See, now they're playing with me. Now they're playing with me, chat. They're playing with me. Okay, I got it. Let's minimize it. Okay, everybody. I made it more horizontal, but I do have a pretty big monitor. But yeah, so when you first start, it's gonna say start here. How to use the backtesting journal. Real simple steps for those who need it. If you click on list, this explains to you the language of the journal. You have different setup grades, A+, A, B, C, D. The results, was it a win, loss, break even? What session was it in? And this is important to fill out, right? Was it pre-market, meaning before 9:30? Was it NY Open? NY Open, we're gonna say it's 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Can you put a screenshot of your trades? Yeah, you guys can add a column for it. I didn't add a column for it this time, and the reason why is because you'll see when I click on the trade log, I got you guys filling out a lot of data. So I don't want you to have to do the screenshot too. Because let's be real, I want you guys to get a good sample size of 50. Your first day doing this, by the time you get to 15 sample sizes, you're gonna be tired. I promise you're gonna be tired. Most people are not even gonna do 20 their first day. I'm just telling you. You gotta really push to get 20. You gotta really push to do 20 sample sizes in a day. But anyway, once you get your data, you're not gonna go through all 20 photos. And then you get data 50, you're not gonna go through all 50 photos. So for now, there is a note section, and it's better for you to actually write it out. Like, write out what you saw, like, you know what I mean? Because that's how that repetition happens. But yeah, NY Open is going to be 9:30 to 10. Anything after 10, like 10:01 and up, we're going to put it as midday. Power hour, I would do 2 o'clock till market close. And then you got Asian London. But yeah, long, short. You can fill out your mistakes. Did you chase it? Was it a late entry? Was it an early entry? This one you probably won't have to fill out because you're back testing, so you're gonna already see it. The point is to have data, right? But yeah, this will be your dashboard. There's more stuff if you scroll down. You can change the colors of these pie charts if you want. P&L, win and loss, break even. P&L by session. How's your P&L during pre-market? How's your P&L during NY Open? How's your P&L during midday? You may discover that you are losing a lot of money in the pre-market, and then when you look at the midday, all those setups would have worked well for you. So what does that tell us? Maybe start trading after the pre-market. That don't mean you can't look at the chart, but it just means don't enter the market until maybe it's after 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you an example, but as an analyst has to be able to gather data and interpret that data, right? So as professional day traders, as business owners, really as business owners, as any business owner does, you have to evaluate your business and make decisions all the time. There's no black and white with trading, guys. It's literally a business. A lot of people get into this and they want, okay, this is what I do here. Okay, that's it. Boom. No, it depends on the market conditions. It depends on what's going on. It depends on, we got all this world-class news dropping, right? It's always going to be changing. They update the algo. They updated the algo this year in like March, I think, again. This year in like March. They're always updating the algo. You realize that, right? So, you know, this year you may see more liquidity sweeps than you saw last year. This year, I can tell you for a fact, the 3-bar reversal has so many more fake outs this year compared to last year. Last year, that 3-bar reversal was busting, and then this year, it's a lot of fake outs, right? So, just a small example. You know, you're always going to have to make adjustments, and we want to get you guys in the mindset of being comfortable making those adjustments. So, sometimes you got to go back to your trading log. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot of stuff for you to fill out here. So, that's why and here you go. While I was talking, I did add a screenshot link if you want to do it. But you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm quick, guys. You guys know I'm quick. I'm quick. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still with me, though. I know I'm talking kind of quick today. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still with me. I did not have my coffee, chat. I'm buzzing right now. I really need my coffee. I would really love some coffee, chat. Chat, I would love some coffee right now. But yes, you can put your screenshot links here. In fact, let me make sure. What is it? Vertical align text wrapping. So for those who don't know, if you want to screenshot this, when you post a link here, sometimes the link runs off the box. What you can do is you can click this entire column of W. You can come up to text wrap right here with that little arrow. You can click the down arrow and it's gonna have trim. Oh, they call it clip. Click, and any link you post, it'll shrink the link to not go overboard in your boxes. Okay, so it's this one right here, clip. Third one over, right? So I'll hover my mouse there. If you guys want to screenshot it, go ahead and screenshot it. Take your screenshots so you don't forget. Take your screenshots. All right, cool. All right. Like I said, we're ranging, right? We're up or down. We just bounced off of here. Here we go. How many times we bounce off of here? Quite a bit. Looks like it's really going to push this time. I got a weekly level at 747. 121 points away. Now, originally, this gap is about 360 points. No trades for me today, y'all. Payout day. You know, I'm gonna take my green. We're gonna take the green. We'll take it and we reset for next week, right? We reset. Need a tempo of your journal. Yeah, so I do have a trading journal in there too. So that one was the back testing sheet. You guys can download that in the Discord. And then the journal you can use when you're done back testing and then you go start to actually take trades. You can use that journal to journal your trades. Okay. Sounds good? So what was I saying? We were segueing into resetting, guys. Resetting. So speaking at resetting, before we reset our accounts, I know a lot of people tend to reset their accounts on the weekend or next week, which is fine. I want you guys to think about your position sizing because market conditions have changed and 1 micro can, you know, if you got a 50K, so 1 micro could slip you out, okay? 1 micro, 2K drawdown may not even be enough for you to feel comfortable. Especially with a 25K, with 1,000 drawdown. And that doesn't mean you're trading bad, but I mean the risk is a lot higher, you know. So it's just something for you guys to consider. I'm gonna pull up Tradify here. I were you guys, my personal opinion, when it comes to lightning funded, straight to funded, yeah, it's more pricier because you're skipping the challenge. But the consistency rule is a little stiff. So if you're like me and sometimes you have big days, sometimes you have smaller days, the consistency rule may get a little annoying. My personal opinion, I think the select is one of the best, because with the select you have different options, right? Now with the select, you can choose daily payouts or flex payouts, and I want to clarify this because someone got confused last week on stream and they said, Lens, no, you need a cushion for all of them. That's not true. If you choose daily payouts with the select, then yes, you have to make a cushion, and anything above the cushion you get paid. However, if you choose the flex pill, the blue one, where you want to get paid every five winning days, you do not need a cushion. It's very similar to Top Step. You just every 5 days. Well, every 5 days of, what is it, 150 or more, 200 or more, you know what I mean? So again, there is a difference. So if you're choosing daily, yes, if you want daily payouts, you have to make the buffer. You got to make the buffer, and then anything above the buffer, then you get, right, similar take profit trade. But the flex is similar to Top Step's payout in a sense of, okay, there's no buffer, just 5 days of 200 or more. You get what I'm saying, chat? Let me get a 3 in the chat if you get what I'm saying, because a couple people got that confused last week. So I just wanted to clarify that there is a difference between these two. In case you forget, they do have a chat bot on the website. You can literally click it and say, hey, which of your rules has this payout structure, or what's the payout rule for this? Like, you can just chat with the AI guys. You can get an instant answer on their website, like instant in seconds. You can say, hey, can you compare this account to this account? Like, you can do all that. Anyway, what I'm telling you guys is I would consider the 100K and 150K because the drawdown cushion's a little more. Okay. Yeah, I do think we're gonna go up and hit this level. So Exhibit A, I'm gonna be on the 1 hour. With a 50K, your drawdown is 2K. With 100K, your drawdown is 3K. Now hear me out. 1 micro, 2 trades in, you can be down $500-$600 on weeks like what we're having. Okay, that's just 2 trades in. A lot of people are taking way more than 2 trades, and we didn't even talk about you trading bad for the whole week. Okay, you're not doing too well for the whole week. So let's just say you lose, I don't know, let's just say you lose $1,300 within 2 days. Most people are losing that in 1 day, just so you know. But let's say you lose $1,300, maybe minus $600 today, minus $700 the next day. You lose $1,300, you're only gonna have $700 left on your 50K. Versus if you lose $1,300 on your 100K, well, you'll have $1,700 left. And what happens is traders, you know, this is where you kind of get in your head, because now you're thinking about, oh my God, I only got $700 left. And with 1 micro, you're damn near risking $200 to $300. You only got like 2-3 chances left of trades, right? To be fair, right? And that's putting pressure on yourself. We're all human, and that pressure will affect your decision making in the trades you take. And it's also not just going to affect the trades you take. You could take a really great trade, but then you're going to make your stop loss be tighter than normal so that you don't lose too much money, because now you're like, oh my God, risk management, right? But you don't want to change your stop loss, guys. Your stop loss should be following price action, the market structure. It shouldn't be based on, oh my goodness, I'm only going to make it 20 points because I don't want to lose X amount of money, right? You get what I'm saying, chat? So as you start to get into drawdown, it really affects your decision making, the trades you take, the stop loss you have. You can make your stop loss way too tight and be correct on the trade, and then you got stopped out, but you were right anyway. But now you didn't have enough room to have the right stop loss, right? So this is why I'm saying to maybe consider the 100Ks maybe consider a little bit of a bigger budget rather than the 50 with the current market conditions. That's just my advice. Of course, you can do the 150Ks. They are more pricier than the 100Ks. If you want to say, well, Linz, how come you're not saying do the 150K? That costs more. And you get more drawdown, right? 4,500. 4,500 is amazing to work with if you're risking 200 to 300 per trade, right? Here's my reasoning. I like the 100K, and I always did, even when you guys saw me do top sub last year with the 100Ks. I like the 100Ks better than the 150Ks. This is why. I honestly would use the same contract sizes with the 150K. So because my risk wouldn't necessarily change, it just makes no sense for me to make 9,000 when I can just I'm using the same contracts when I can just make 6,000 a pass. That's the only reason why. This profit target. Literally the only reason why. So that's just what I do. I'm telling you what I do. You don't have to do what I do at all. You can make your own decisions. But I'm just telling you that with the 100K, I may use 2, 3, 4, 5 micros. With the 150K, I'm doing the same thing, 2, 3, 4, 5 micros. So I'm not gonna go from 5 micros to 10 micros and 15 micros with the 150K, especially with this volume. If I do that, it's because I added into a position and my stops are at break even. This is the only time I've done that. But you guys get what I'm saying? If I'm using the same size, why would I make myself go for a bigger profit target when I could just make this, So yeah, to me, the 100K is kind of like the sweet spot. You guys got to remember, when you're getting these prop firm accounts, you're not getting the full 100K. You're not getting the full 50K. If you did, it'd be a whole different story. If you're trading 50K of your personal money, 1% risk would be $500, which would be a typical thing. Typically you risk 0.5% or 1% in an account. 0.5% is better for risk management purposes. So let's say 250 with a 50K account. Let's say you risk $250 per trade. That's pretty standard. Some people risk 500 per trade. Me, with my personal account, I like to risk 1% or 1.5%. If I'm doing really well, I do risk 1.5% because it really, you can really capitalize. For an example, with a 50K, you had your own 50K live account. Not you doing the roast. If you had your own 50K live account and you wanted to risk 1.5%, that would mean you're risking $750 per trade. Yeah, you're risking almost $1,000 per trade, but But yeah, guys, that's more advanced stuff. Of course. Chase, your stop loss is a suggestion, not a rule. Yeah, you guys can do !! roast, or you can do ! quote in the chat. Quote is more positive, of course. A lot more positive. Let's see here, chat. It is a slower day in the markets. It is a slower day. Like I've been talking nonstop. I've been like a talking machine all morning, huh? My rapid fire today, y'all. Yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying the stream. Hope everybody's having a happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. We want to be positive always. Ready for class Sunday. There we go. I like that. Ready for class Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna have a great class. Those of you guys who are in the trading lab, I did put a message in there last night how I'm not going to be too active in the trading lab chat because I noticed people are asking me daily questions every single day. Is this right? Is that right? Is this right? Is that right? And that's not where you want to be at. You shouldn't even be there yet. You should just be in training mode. right? You're still going through training. So, your first semester in college, you didn't even get through your whole 4 years yet. You just started. Of course, you're going to have a bunch of questions because you didn't even get all the information you need to get. Podcast vibes today, yeah. What's up, player? Hi, T. So, yeah, be patient and trust the process. Try not to overthink and nitpick. This is where you're learning new information and applying it to information you already know. Don't take everything too seriously. Just relax, right? Relax, right? Rest your soldiers, breathe, relax. It's okay. You're not meant to take the class and boom, you know everything. No. Then take a couple classes to get things into a little bit of a routine, right? I have it structured a very specific way. We have to remember the decisions we're making right now are keeping us from our goals, right? Your mindset, your decision is keeping you from your goals. So if I'm guiding you and I'm saying, hey, do this, and you still do your own thing, well, where's doing your own thing getting you, right? You got to really think about that. So, I can literally take you from this to this in 2 months, but you got to follow what I say. You can't half follow what I say and then the other half do what you say, because what you saying ain't getting you nowhere. I know how to get you there, right? So just something to think about. I really want you guys, your first month in the lab should just be chilling. No crazy overthinking. Just chill. You got it. You guys are fast learners. I will tell you guys, everybody who is in the lab, fast learners. They're quick. Very impressed. Just off of the first class, I did not expect them to remember as much as what they remembered, and they're quick. So I'm very excited, super excited to see everybody's progress. So I just want them to press the brakes a little bit, a little bit of the brakes. I hear cash markets are moving to 23-hour weekdays before the end of the year. Thoughts? I didn't hear that, so I don't have any thoughts because I didn't hear that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll touch that when if it happens, it happens. But I don't really have thoughts on it, to be honest. Here's the thing about me: I really don't press that think button. Press the think button. I really don't press the think button unless it's truly affecting what I got going on. I promise you, I'm so I don't want to say worry free, but I try not to dig too deep into things unless it's affecting my money, my income, lifestyle, my family, my friends. You know what I mean? If it's because sometimes the internet is just gossip. We can't believe everything on the internet. So until it happens, then we're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, ignore the noise. There you go. For instance, with the Forex thing a couple years ago, it came to a time where it was like, okay, I got to make a decision. Right? For those who don't know what I'm talking about, in the US, you'll notice there's not too many regulated Forex brokers. There's regulated stockbrokers who maybe 2 or 3 of them allow you to trade Forex. And they only allow you to trade 2-3 pairs of Forex. Just as an example. Actually, there's 3 of them. But other than that, they don't want you trading Forex. And they don't want you trading with foreign brokers. Before, the law was, okay, if you want to trade Forex and you're a US resident, you got to go to an offshore broker. Meaning, anybody outside the US. You got to go to them, and if you lose your money, it's on you. You don't get paid, it's on you. It's no responsibility under US law. Then, a couple years ago, you guys were here, the US made all those brokers not accept US clients. Remember that? Let me know in the chat if you remember that. So back when we had Forex prop firms, you'll notice they were having issues too. Because now they're like, oh my goodness, what platform can we put for our US traders to trade? Because can't trade with us no more. So, you know, there was always talk about that and theory behind it, but they didn't actually push it until what, 3 years ago? That's why I said when things are talk, we'll just wait till it actually happens. If it actually happens, cool. You know? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mentioned that as an example because they talked about that for a long time, but they didn't actually push it until like 3 years ago. But they done talked about it for damn near 20 years straight. You know? I watched the lab last night. Really good info. Easy to understand. Thank you, Seven. Yeah, so those of you who joined, I'm going to do a quick review for you. Like real quick. Real quick. Because we got to, you know, time is money. Money is time. When we do the lab Sunday, it's going to be a quick review of the steps. I will mention things based on what I've seen some of the members doing in the trading lab and the Discord. I'm going to clarify a few things. And then we're going to do what it's time to do, which is dive into that weekly review. So now that you guys have the intro class, you guys can always go back and watch the intro class anytime. And now we're going to, every week, we're doing a review of what's going on that week, right? So we'll be reviewing Monday through Friday in the trading lab. Okay, so you guys won't have to say, Lens, well, what was the approach today, like you guys are doing now? Well, what was this the best approach? You're gonna know when the week is over, right? So take the week to try by yourself, see what you do, and then we're gonna evaluate it every Sunday, like a weekly review, you know. Len's gotta go. I'm about to drive. Bye, Chase. Drive safe. No sense to get worked up on what ifs. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. We all do that. And my yoga class, we were actually talking about that. We were talking about how it's really tough with the news nowadays. People are just like in the news, man. And it can be depressing, you know, it can be depressing. So try not to get too wrapped up in the news. Try to get to the place where you can like read it and go about your day. It's not hovering over you guys, because there's a lot of people, guys, who they have a lot of anxiety with the news going on. You know, maybe you don't, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who are having trouble in their day-to-day basis because of the current news going on, and it's very sad. And you know, it does affect your mental health. And I always tell you guys, you don't want to worry about things you can't control. Of course, we're all human. So, you know, sometimes reading things, it's gut-wrenching, right? But you got to practice just hoping for the best, you know? That's all you can do. That's all you can do, chat. I mean, like I said, you're not the president. I'm not the president. You can't just go to the White House right now and pull up on the president and be like, well, this is my opinion. You should do this in the next meeting, or you should go do that. You can't do that. I can't do that either. You know what I mean, chat? We can't just roll up to the White House and enter because we feel like we need to say, hey, y'all need to start doing this. Maybe y'all should look into that. We can't do that, you know? Is it for members or separate costs? Yeah, so those of you who are interested, you can click the membership button and it shows Sunday's Trading Lab right there. Sunday's Trading Lab. Only for Sunday's Trading Lab. Speaking of yoga, if you guys saw my Instagram story last night, I'm doing some yoga outside. Quick preview of the story. Last night was pretty fun. Pretty fun. Listening to you is so much better than any other psychologist. Thank you, Marina. You know what's crazy, Marina? I almost went to school to be a psychologist. I did for my degree. Cause you know how you can take like elective classes? I sure enough took the opportunity to do a lot of psychology classes though. Cause I love psychology. I do. I love psychology so much. So I did do those as electives. It's funny because I did it for fun. And then there's other people in the class who are like, oh, I need this for my degree. Oh, I hate this class. I'm like, dang, ain't this your major? Like, isn't this your major? What do you mean you hate this class? Change majors. Change. Switch. Please switch. We do not need you. Here's the thing, chat. Not every psychologist is a great psychologist. In fact, yeah, I had to hit that 5 button because I'm just going to say something real. Listen, chat. There's a lot of people who go to school and do things just to have a secure career, and they're not actually passionate about what they're doing. And I am calling out psychologists because it's very hard for those of you who need, for those of you who want to go see a psychologist, it's very hard to find a psychologist who doesn't just go by the book and who's actually there in the moment with you. There are some who are, but then there's some who they're just so like strictly book. To me, that's not authentic. It's so hard. So those of you who maybe you've seen a psychologist and you're like, I don't really connect with them, it's for a reason. Sometimes it may take a couple different psychologists to find who connects with you. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, chat? Because some people are too book for me. Way too book. Like, eyes out the book. Give me your real opinion, Give me your real expertise. Or are you no expert? You're just memorizing the book. You know what I mean? That's my little unpopular opinion on psychologists. I really feel for those. I used to be around a few kids who needed to be around, needed to be seen by a psychologist. And I'll tell you, one of them, when they would tell me about it, I'm like, what in the world? But yeah. And those of you who have kids and maybe you're bringing your kids to see a psychologist, pay attention to what your kid is saying, because it doesn't feel like it's someone truly connecting with them. Switch doctors, please. Right? I can read the book myself, right? I can read the book myself. But that is, that is a part of our channel, chat. Part of our stream is, it's not just about trading. It is about mindset. I call it money magnet mindset, right? You wanna attract abundance into your life. It doesn't just have to be money. Don't have to be money on all the time. Sometimes it's other things. Sometimes it's good health for you and your family, right? It can be anything good. But a lot of us get caught up in the rat race, and being aware is very important. The more you become aware, the better. And here we go, about to hit this level, 747. Now, if I was trading today, this would be super annoying because after this candle closes, yes, I'd love to take a buy to my level. But look at the stop loss, 238 points. Like, slap your mama, what the heck is that? Like, what? What? 237 points? Like, what are we talking about? However, I'm just going to give you guys some examples of adjusting risk. On the 3 minute, you're gonna see there's a liquidity grab right here on this candle. It still could be a trickster, don't get me wrong. Price still could have came down, took that out and went up, right? But maybe if you got in a little later, you could use this, but it's not always a promise. And that's the thing about trading, right? It's always the trades you don't take where, oh, there's no major pullback. And then you get into a trade, there it goes, pulling back. There it goes. You're like, what the heck? My next door neighbor is a psychologist. Strong smell of marijuana at least 3 times a week. Well, no judgment. No judgment on those who smoke. Y'all do y'all, but interesting. That is interesting. You know, the only reason why they've legalized smoking weed is because it's a billion-dollar industry. They didn't legalize it because they want you to be happy. They legalize it so they can profit off of you. And it does kill your brain cells. It does help some people with their health, like, you know, certain autoimmune conditions or chronic pain. It does help some people. But as far as everyone else who's just getting high to ignore life, that's what they want. That's what they want. They want you to have to smoke to get through your day. Are you kidding? Because statistically, people who do that have less of a worth ethic. I don't want you to have a hard worth ethic. Are you kidding me? No, they want you to stay exactly where you are, or even go backwards. Even better for them, right? Go backwards. You know, it does slow your worth ethic. But like I said, it's a billion-dollar industry, just like alcohol. Alcohol is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's the only reason why it's legal. I don't know if you guys remember, but you guys can look it up, when they were thinking about legalizing cocaine. Now, it'd be too obvious if they did that. But if they found a legal way to do it, they would have. You realize that, right? Meth too. But there's no legal way for them to really do that, so they didn't. But I'm just telling you, they looked into it. That should tell you something. Like, dang, they looked into legalizing cocaine and meth. They really looked into it. All for the money. So, hard truth, harsh lesson of life, chat, is nobody cares. No, chat, for real, nobody cares. People do not care. So the people who do care about you, you want to keep those people very close. Seriously, just something to think about. You got people who care about you. You want to keep them close. In fact, today's your sign. Call somebody today you haven't talked to in a little while. Send them a text. Hey, how you doing? Been a while. Somebody, anybody. Just do it, guys. Just do it, because a lot of people don't care about you in this world. Damn sure the government don't. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who do work for the government who do care. However, it's a little bit more corrupt than that. It's not as many as we'd like, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. Didn't know about the crack. Look, you guys got to understand, everything in America is about capitalism. That's why they poison our foods. It's about capitalism. Why are they dipping our chicken in chlorine? So it got better shelf life? Oh, to benefit the business, not to benefit the consumer. And then we normalize people having cancer, having dementia. We normalize this in our society to the point where if somebody's older, you normalized it in your brain. Somebody's older, oh, okay, that's why they had that. That's not true. They have it because they've been eating poison for 50 years, 60 years. So around the time you get to that age, that's how they know, okay, cool. You know, around this age, you should get tested for this. women who have to get mammograms at a certain age. You know why? Because if you've been eating this type of food from the age of 4 or 5 to the age of 30 or whatever, by this time you probably might have developed this. That's why we require you to do mammograms at this age, right? You have to understand, guys, it's right in front of our faces. It's right in front of our faces. They're playing you. And it's, you know, we have a lot of people speaking up about it now, which is great, amazing. We need more people to speak up. You know, be careful what you eat. You are what you eat. You are what you put in your body. If you're wondering why things are approved to be on the shelf, it's because you're eating the tiniest dosage of it when you're eating, right? When you're eating that poison, are you sick and in the hospital? No, you're not. But are you sick in the hospital in 50 years? Yes. They're microdosing it. You understand that? Microdosing. But it's so tiny of a dose that it just doesn't count under harmful. So that's why they're able to do it. So those of you who buy chicken, when you look at the label, you should get the air chilled chicken, because the air chilled chicken was not dipped into chlorine. They just hung it up after they washed it. The other one, they wash it and they dip it in the chlorine, and then they put it in the plastic to put on the shelf for you guys. So now you're eating chicken dipped in chlorine. So that's my advice to you guys. If you're going grocery shopping this morning, make sure it says air chilled, because those ones were hung up and dried. They weren't dipped. Did you guys know that? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you're still with me, though. That's a little quiet. Did I break some news to some people? Uh-oh, what happened? You guys okay? You guys okay? We got real quick. Things got a little real over here. What happened? The chat paused. Nobody passed out on me, right? Hope nobody passed out. We're all good. At this point, all the food is bad. Yeah, pretty much. No, there's some really funny skits on Instagram. I don't know if you guys seen them, but you guys gotta watch them. It's hilarious. A lot of people are doing it. They go to the store and they're like, "Oh, can't eat this because da 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 da. Okay, let me grab this. Oh wait, this has da 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 in it. Oh wait, no, let me get this. This has da da da." And they're like, "What can I eat in the store?" It's so funny. It is so funny. Funny and scary, right? Because like, damn, well, what can we eat? But like I said, it's good, guys. It's good comedy because more people are talking about it. More people are aware of it now. You didn't know about the chlorine? Oh, see, now if you go search on Instagram, there's so many people. There's doctors, there's people who've made so many videos on it. So many people make videos on it. It's going viral, actually, which I love. Because here's the thing, guys. A lot of the elites, and when I say elites, I mean people who have higher status because of the money they make, and celebrities. You notice a lot of them, they eat pretty damn well. If you do your research, when they get to a certain level and they learn these things, they stop eating those foods because they found out. We won't get too deep into it. A lot of people don't speak up because they're in fear of their life, as you know. You get what I'm saying, chat? A lot of people, they're in fear of their life. You guys see what the government does. We got 12 of some of our best doctors and scientists missing who worked for the government. Not missing, but found dead. And even one of the ladies, she was a doctor, and she even said to her family, if something happens to me, she said, I'm not suicidal, I'm not this, I'm not that, I am perfectly fine. If something happens to me, it's because they didn't want information getting out. Boom, she's gone. So are some of her co-workers, some of the other scientists and men who worked. You guys can look it up. And these cases are, homicides. Notice how they're not going deep into, okay, how did it happen? You just found this governmental scientist, this governmental doctor who refuses to keep going with y'all. Come on. Chat. Food for thought. But yeah, like I said, it's not all that glitters is gold, chat. We do have some amazing, talented scientists, doctors who work for the government. But unfortunately, when they find things, they get told, oh no, can't do that. Because it affects businesses, guys. You guys realize if you don't get sick, these, doctors are going to be out of business. Pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies, billion-dollar industry, they're all going to be out of business because you're only going to go to a doctor if you like break your leg or break a bone or something, or maybe you get an infection, like certain things. You're not going to go for all these little petty stuff. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, chat? All about capitalism. America is built on capitalism, and how can we make as much money as possible? Money is the root to evil. Do you remember? You remember that? Money is the root to evil because it produces this word called greed. People get greedy, and you must say, well, if these people are so freaking rich, why do they need more? It's always the question. Why do you need more? You are already rich. Why do you need more? I don't know. Question we don't know, right? Have you seen Super Size Me? I seen it a long time ago. Not enough to recall it, but long time ago. Thank you, good stuff. I appreciate you. Thank you, Marina. I see you. Also, grass-fed beef means the cow was fed beef at least once in her life. Yes, yep, you got it. You know it. Grass-fed and grass-finished means they ate grass their whole life. So that too, when you guys are in the stores and you're buying your meats, what's the other one? Guys? Farm grown or farm raised. If you look on your eggs, if you look on your meat, you look on your salmon, farm raised, a lot of people think, oh, the cow was raised in a farm, so it's a real cow. It's none of that scientific stuff. No. So farm raised scientifically means in a laboratory. They don't clarify that. So people are buying it thinking, oh, okay, this cow was raised on farm, normal cow. No. It was raised in a lab, scientific lab. It's not a real cow. You're eating fake food. Here's the thing, chat. Let's take McDonald's for an example. I'm about to blow your mind with this. Watch this. Just in America alone, the amount of sales McDonald's has, it would take about 221,000 cows that they would have to kill in a day. 221,000 just to meet the demand of the daily demand of McDonald's. I'm just talking about McDonald's. I'm not talking about any other restaurant or consumer. You go and grocery shop and buy meat. I'm just talking about McDonald's in America. Have to kill 221,000 cows a day. We do not have that many cows on this planet. We don't have that many cows to keep up with demand. Okay. So that's why, don't get me wrong, chat. The lab scientists, they're thinking, oh, to help humanity, we can create these farm labs and grow our own stuff. It wasn't originally meant to harm you. You get what I'm saying, chat? The original theory behind it was, oh my goodness, we don't want to have a food shortage. So we got to create labs, to procreate ourselves in these labs. You get what I'm saying, chat? That was the original idea by some smart scientists. But the unfortunate part of it is it's not beneficial to you health-wise. Does that make sense, guys? So, that part of the labs, it's like pros and cons, right? It's one of those pros and cons. Like, the thought process behind it was for the greater good of everybody, so we don't go starving. But what are the cons? Oh, it's making us sick, Oh yeah, just we're talking about some interesting topics today. Um, yeah, it is interesting. To me, it ain't like we going up in space and living up in space. Then I could see how, okay, now we have to do these lab grown stuff because we living up in space. But this ain't the 100. And some more food for thought. One more unpopular opinion is that we're not carnivores, we're actually herbivores. If you don't believe me, look it up. So yes, years ago humans were killing animals and eating meat because they didn't know anything. Just like years ago people were smoking cigarettes in the 1900s like it's nobody's joke, till they found out it causes cancer and all this other stuff, right? Anyway, we have better technology now where we can investigate and say, okay, maybe this isn't good for you. If you look at all the traits of a carnivore, humans are the only carnivore on this planet who don't fit those traits. Even the way your jaw works, Chad. You can do this. You can move your jaw side to side, right? Only herbivores can move their jaw side to side. No carnivore, not even your dog's a carnivore, by the way. No carnivore can move their jaw side to side. Your dog's mouth moves what? Up and down. Your dog cannot move their jaw side to side on the bottom. Neither can any other carnivore on the planet. None of them. But only humans can. But yeah, if you look up herbivore traits, the way their jaw functions, the way their diets are, the scientific functionality, the breakdown of enzymes herbivores encounter, the same things we encounter as humans when our food breaks down, our enzymes. I'm not going to get too scientific on you, don't worry. When you break down enzymes and things that break down for dogs and other carnivores, I'm using dogs because a lot of people have dogs, so I know you can think about your dog. It's different. Right? Why do you think your dog can eat crap and be fine? If we ate the same crap our dogs ate, we'd be almost dead or in the hospital, right? Their body functions a lot different because they're a carnivore. There's a professor. There's a professor. His videos on YouTube, and he does a great job explaining this to his class. He does it. Technically, he's a doctor, but he does a great job explaining why we're herbivores and not carnivores. Great job. Very smart guy. Smart doctor, too. Yeah, anybody ever realize that? Did you guys ever realize that? Isn't that crazy, huh? Our teeth aren't sharp like carnivores. Yeah, that too, yep. Yeah, if you can't tear things apart with your teeth the way your dog can, or the way a hyena can, or the way any other carnivore or lion, anything. You know, you cannot tear that apart with your teeth the way they can. But they can. Rest the case. But I mean, besides scientifically the way our body breaks down food and digestion and the enzymes, how that matches a herbivore and it's the opposite of a carnivore's digestion, the jaw is the easiest tip. Our jaws move the way herbivore jaws move. Your jaw does not move the way your dog's jaw moves at all. It doesn't. We're doing scientific facts today. As you guys can see, once we hit that level, we done retraced right back down. Right back down. By the way, if you're joining me late, I will be live tomorrow morning. So, if you've been having trouble passing your prop firm, if you're tired of blowing up thousands of challenges and repaying, I got something to help you out. I'm writing a free ebook. Tomorrow I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek little sneak peek. I don't want to say sneak peek into the ebook. We're just gonna go over a few notes, but when I drop the book, it'll be free for everybody to download. If you are a member, you're gonna have access to the book first. First come, first serve, right? Speaking of members, let's do some membership recognition. That's right. These are not all of our members, but just a few who renewed within the last 7 days. Shout out to D-Hub. D-Hub renewed today. I know I don't have your name up here, but you did renew while I was on stream, so shout out to D-Hub. But just to give some recognition, what happened to the music? No. What? Why is it so loud? What happened? Oh, here we go. Sorry, chat. But just to give some recognition to our members, K Zulu is a new member. Marina, James Brown, good stuff. Rico, we got Danker, we got Florida Hardest Hit Mitchell, HT, Duna Lee, Houston, RB, thank you so much. Welcome to the membership. You guys are working on your first streak. We got Ali with the 5 months membership. Thank you so much, Ali. Hector with the renewal, the 2 months. Thank you so much, Hector. We got Laura. We got Rob Flood. We got QBT, Tavares, new members, all working on their first streak. Thank you so much, y'all. Monique with the 4 month streak. Thank you so much, Monique. Abdullah's a new member. Mayo's a new member. Linda Harris working on her 4 month streak. Thank you so much for renewing, Linda. We got Galad, Sonia, and Lux Ashley with the new membership, all working on their first streak. So thank you so much, y'all. As I tell you, I always want to make sure we take time to recognize our members because they do not have to spend their hard-earned money on the channel to support, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Thank you. D-Hub, I got you, D-Hub. I got you. I know you weren't on the list, but I did give you that shout out. But yeah, like I said, those aren't all the members. Those are just the members in the last 7 days. I may that list is getting big. I may have to shorten it, huh? I may have to do the last 4 days. Thank you, everybody. Dogs are generally considered to be omnivores. I have my own trading biz for 30 plus years. Yeah, I think omnivores is a better fit for them too. I do. Let's see. That's awesome. You had a business for 30 years. What kind of dog do you have? What kind of dog you got? Let me know. Chat, say what's up to Pocket and Pip. Chat, say hi to Pocket and Pips, chat. Y'all know Pocket and Pips. How you doing? Yeah, yep. Cut my hair. I got you. Drive safe. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. All right, bye. That is funny. That's funny. We got to get him back on stream. We've had him on stream so many times. So for those who are new, we've had him on stream quite a few times. We got to get him back on stream. But yeah, he has his own YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check that out too. Show some love and support. He's a real one, chat. When I had like 500 subs, maybe like barely 1,000 subs. Going back to the beginning of the YouTube days, maybe like 1,000 subs. I think at the time, Pocket and Pips had over 10K. But he was pretty popular on TikTok, though. He had a lot on TikTok. But on YouTube, I think he had over 10K. He had a really good crowd on his live stream, and he would always give us a shout out. So shout out to him for always giving us a shout out, no matter how many followers we had. You know, that's real. Oh, you have labs like me? Okay. Poppy Silva sisters. Oh, that's awesome. Hi, Wizzy. Good morning. That's awesome. Yeah, mine are, well, one of them is here. The big one is here, right behind me. I just can't see her though. Ah, there he is in the chat. Long time no see, Petros. Where you been, Petros? Petros, we're gonna handcuff you to the stream now. You can't leave. You can't leave now, Petros. It's too late. You done walked through the door. Wow, look at that wick rejection. That's a good wick rejection. See, something like this, I'd scalp it as like an impulse and get a quick 50 points. Look at that, quick 50 points. Just like nothing, like a small 1-to-1. Look, 50 for 50. Boom, boom, 1-to-1, done. That was so quick. SIP, good morning. Hope you're having an awesome morning. Golden, what's up? It's been a while. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Look at that, 80 points. So like I said, chat, tomorrow we're going to do a special live stream. We're going to preview my new book. I'm writing a book for you all for free. You won't have to pay for it. It is free 99. Tradify prop firm broker. Tradify is prop firm. Prop firm. They also have their own YouTube channel, guys, just so you guys know. They got their own merch, just like Top Step, their own YouTube channel. And one of the main guys up there, he's pretty good. He's pretty good if you guys want to listen to his like Asian sessions. So that's when he kind of, the markets are a little slower, so he kind of like breaks down his strategy and different things he does. He's pretty damn good. I tell you why I like Tradify chat. I don't just like them because they recognize this chat. I like them because I'm all for keeping it real. Just like I like Top Step. I think Top Step keeps it real. You know, it's nice to be able to see the faces behind the company and, you know, present real traders, real payouts. People are getting paid. You ain't gotta worry about no payout denials. You know, nice, smooth, and easy. Also, I do low-key, their UI, meaning on their website, when you go into like your journal and stuff, is pretty dope. It's pretty clean. Pretty clean. Yeah, guys, like I said, tomorrow we will be live. I'm gonna give you a preview of my new playbook. It's gonna be a nice, easy read. But I'm just giving you a short preview. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you the book, but I'll preview like a few little treats that are gonna be in it. When you get the book, it'll be an actual PDF that you guys can download. It'll be formatted and everything. It's like a normal book, page numbers and all, table of contents and all, everything you need. And then in a real book. Tomorrow we'll be doing a preview tomorrow morning. Nice one, thank you. Join late, hello, welcome, good morning. I joined late too. Shout out to the chat. The chat waited a whole 30 minutes for me this morning. This is why we got a little bit of a lesser crowd today because I came on hella late. I really thought it was Saturday though. I can't lie. So crazy. I thought it was Saturday. It happens, chat. It happens to the best of us. Do you have a date for the book release? I'll have a better answer tomorrow. Right now, I'm thinking towards the end of the month. But I will. Today, I'm working on getting that answer so that I can have that answer for tomorrow. But yeah, right now I can say by the end of the month. I can say that. For sure, I can say that. So, yeah, you guys just gonna have to wait and see. You guys just gonna have to tune in tomorrow to get the rest of the answers. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm super excited. Like I said, it's gonna be a nice, easy read. My chapters are gonna be short and sweet, straight to the point. Maybe 2-page length of chapters, 2 to 3 pages. Not gonna be 10-page chapters or 20-page chapters. Not even 5-page chapters. I'm making sure every chapter is for sure less than 5 pages. If anything, less than 4 pages. I want it to be a nice, quick read. Something where you're like, okay, I could read 2 chapters out of this today. You know, and then 2 chapters tomorrow, something like that. I definitely recommend reading outside, guys. I read outside all the time. And there's something so peaceful about it. And you're hitting 2 nails in 1 stone, right? You're outside in nature. Strike 1. And number 2, you're reading, you're upgrading your mindset, right? So anytime you can like hit 2 things in 1 stone to level up yourself, you're pushing yourself closer to your goals. You know that? How did it feel to receive your first payout and feel like you're finally successful as a trader? No, I had money before prop firms, so I don't really feel anything. I don't think that a couple $1,000s is not a lot in my opinion. It's not a lot to me. I've been successful in trading before prop firms even existed. Will we be able to get a hard copy at some point? Well, here's the thing. If I'm releasing it for free, if I release it for free, then it's just gonna be a PDF download. I'm not gonna pay for hundreds of copies to be made as a hard book so you guys can get the hard book for free. Then I just paid for what? So if I do make this a hardcover book, then it's gonna be a price. But in my opinion, I didn't make the book to sell it. I made the book to help you guys. You know? But yeah, I mean, those of you guys who haven't been around in a while, it is important to make sure you tune into the streams regularly. You'll easily catch up to what's going on here. I mean, it's not fair to those who are here no matter what's going on, no matter how many viewers I have. Those who are always here, the loyal people that are always here, it's not fair for them if I'm like sounding like a broken record, you know what I mean, repeating myself all the time. I would just say, if you guys just tune into the streams regularly, make it a part of your routine, you will catch up very quickly, I promise. Very, very quickly. We're happy to have you here. Today's a little bit of a slower day. But, you know, I'm creating a lot of free stuff for everybody. If you missed it earlier, if you go into the Discord, we got a free stuff channel. If you can't see it all, for some reason, click the word free stuff and it'll expand it all the way out. You can click here and there's free stuff for you guys to download. And there are pictures when you click on the channels, there are pictures of what you're downloading so you can see it beforehand. Yeah, guys, the reason why I was making it a PDF is because I'm making it for free, you know. I'll pay. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, I want it to be free. I do want it to be free, so this way you can like I say, you can put on your phone, put on your tablet, put on your laptop, computer. You could even save it to your computer desk screen, then you can open up the file anytime and have it for a quick read. The table of contents, everything's going to be page numbered, so anytime you need to go back to a chapter, you can go to the table of contents and it'll tell you exactly what page it's on, right? Like a normal book. So really, guys, I mean, as far as me writing the book, like I pretty much wrote the whole book, but the formatting part, that's what's taking me more time, is I have to format it into book format. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So formatting it into a book format is what's taking the time. Because as of this morning, I pretty much finished it. I made quite a few drafts. So right now, this weekend, I'm at the point of, okay, do I want to add something? Do I want to tweak something? So that's why I said by the end of the month, you know, my goal this weekend is to get it fully formatted and see if I want to add some more chapters. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So I'm excited. I hope you're all excited. I really do. It's for the person who's tired of blowing up accounts and you're just ready to get that payout. It'll work for you no matter what strategy you're trading. You know, it'll work for you. So regardless of your trading strategy, because we all know, you know, being profitable in day trading, it doesn't matter what strategy you're using. There's so many of them. You can use any strategy. You can damn sure use trend lines, for goodness sakes. And scalp your way to victory. You can just do one-to-ones. In fact, statistically with prop firms, the highest payouts are coming from traders who are doing one-to-ones. Just saying. But you know, is it a psychology book? Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a mindset thing. There's strategies in there as far as how to go about certain things. But yeah, I guess, yeah, in a sense, it is kind of changing your approach at the way you're thinking, right? Changing your approach at the way you're making your decisions. You know? Like I told you guys the other day in the Discord, I do believe with this market volatility, instead of resetting your 50K and resetting your 25K, it may be better to invest in 100K or 150K if you want to, but I'm suggesting 100K. Just so you can have a little bit more room. Simon. Hey, go. Go. You're making too much noise. You gotta go. Sorry, guys. My dog. Sorry if it was too loud. If y'all couldn't hear it, then I guess that's good. But it was loud, making all this noise. So grateful for the PDF book. So generous of you to take the time. Great for us. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it does take time to create a book. So I mean, there is a reason why books do have cost. Not just because, you know, it does take time and effort and to really lock in and complete a book. A lot of people say they're going to write a book and they never complete it, but to complete a book, it does take time. It does. But yeah, this one I want to do for free. If I do another book in the future, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, chat. Where was I going with that sentence? If I do another book in the future, I guess I'll let you know. But this one I am for sure about my decision on it being free. Because it's gonna help people, and you know that's what we're here for. That's what the channel is about. The channel is about helping people. That's the whole point of this channel, right? This channel's not about showing off. It's literally about helping people. Because I tell you what, you can walk a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So there's going to be people who read the book and implement it. There's going to be people who read the book and still do what they do. You know what I mean? So, hey, the choice is yours, right? But I will tell you, when I was younger, and every time you Google how to get rich, these people will always say the same thing: read books. Books. And me being an ignorant young kid, like, what the hell are they talking about? Read books? What do you mean read books? What book? And then how is a book gonna get me to where I need to go? What the hell is that book gonna do for me? All right, that was the thought process. And that thought process needed to be changed. Now, the thought process was changed, but now I can really see what they mean. Do you know how much knowledge is just hidden in books, you guys? There's so much knowledge in books. It's insane. Truly, it's insane. Everything you need to know, everything you need to help you get out of the situation you're in, create better opportunities for you, it's all in books. It's all in books. How to better your mindset. You know? But nobody wants to read. It's just the truth. Also harder to make 6K in eval. Not true, Luna. See how your mindset just said it's harder to make 6K in eval. So you are currently manifesting it's gonna be hard to make 6K in eval, right? That's exactly what you're manifesting. The thing is we don't realize, and I'm using you as an example, Luna. I love you, Luna. I'm using you as an example. We don't realize we say these things, and all these things, these thoughts we have, they're small. But that's why we're held back. That is why. See, you have to say it's easy to make 6K. It's easy to make 10K. I want you to practice saying this. It's easy for me to make 100,000. Say that out loud. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Right? Because you only are as much as your limiting beliefs. Right? And I believed I shared a picture with you guys a little bit ago when I was near my pool reading. Where was it? I shared it with you guys a little bit ago. I thought I did. Maybe it's on Twitter. So that's the thing, like little things like that. It's little, but it's big when it comes to holding you back from where you want to go. It's big. Holding you back, 100%. So stuff like that, even if you say it or think it, you want to pause and be like, oh my god, I just said it again, or oh my god, I just thought it again. That's good awareness, right? Be aware. Okay, my thoughts just said that again. Now all you have to do to cancel it is you can cancel a negative with 2 positives. Say the opposite twice. Right? My aunt started her book 20 years ago and it's not finished yet. You're funny. Yeah, it's common. Most people want to write a book. And they start and then they're like, oh wait. Somehow it kind of goes on pause. Very common. Very, very common. Okay, I found the picture. I shared it with you guys the other day. You guys saw I was in the pool. I was in my pool the other day. But I did post a picture. This one chapter in the book, only your own limiting beliefs limit what you can experience. And I will tell you from experience, because I have experienced so many miracles, it's not even funny. It's true. Okay, it's very much true. So, self-awareness, guys. Let's be aware of our thoughts. You gotta catch it, right? Say, oh shoot, I just thought that again. Boom, catch it. Say the opposite. Practice doing that this weekend, y'all. Practice doing it every day. Catch yourself thinking that. Boom, say the opposite. Okay. All right. And looking at that picture makes me want to jump in the water right now. I'm a water person. Anybody here a water person? You just like being in the water? I just love being in the water. I love the ocean too. Any type of water. Although the ocean's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like the beach is pretty. It's an amazing feeling. It's a great vibe, but it is a little scary. Pool's not scary because like you can see the bottom. I mean, you know, the ocean. Now, hey, you don't know what the hell is under you in the ocean now. Just saying, that's a little scary. You can get a little scared in the ocean, chat. You go out there in the deep end, you're like, wait a minute. I don't know what the hell is near my feet right now. To me, that's just scary. And if you ever been on a cruise, go outside at nighttime and look in all directions. A little scary. Like, it's real. I'm seeing a lot of memes. Yeah, you guys like being in the water. I love being in the water. I live for being in the water. I really do live for being in the water, chat. Can't lie. I've always been like that, though. When I was a kid, they couldn't get me out the water. When there was a timer like, hey, you guys gotta get out of the pool by this time, I'm like, I'd always extend it. Finesse extra minutes. Finesse, sir. Even taught swimming for a bit, but I prefer the beach. Oh, nice. Yeah, I taught my sister how to swim. It's pretty cool. Taught my sister how to swim. Yeah, swimming is very fun. The only thing I don't like about swimming is the water getting in your ears, because that is just so annoying to deal with for the life of me. But I will tell you, thanks for subscribing. What I've been doing to get water out of my ears is, first of all, a lot of days I just haven't been going underwater, so I don't have to deal with it. But if I do, I just go underwater again, and sometimes it like flushes it out somehow. It works. It works. I'm just saying. But then sometimes it don't work, and now you got more water in your ear. Now you're like, what the hell? What the hell is this? If you do another book in the future and you decide to sell it, I would love to get a trading psychology book from you. Over the years, you have helped me with my mindset towards trading. Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. And I'll take you guys' suggestions too. I will take you guys' suggestions. Doesn't pay too well. I got 10 mad kids in the 30-minute class with their ADHD. You know what? I discovered as an adult that I have ADHD, and I did not know I had ADHD. But you do your research. I guess most of us do anyway. Like most people do, apparently. I guess there's like a spectrum, kind of. you know? But yeah, I definitely discovered as an adult I have ADHD. Tell me this, chat. Let me get some ones in the chat if you do this. Let's say you're like, oh, okay, let me go in the fridge and get a snack or get a yogurt. Let me get a sandwich, whatever. You open the fridge. The moment you open the fridge and take out that bread, you're like, wait, I was supposed to wash the clothes. So you put the bread on the counter. You're not making the sandwich now. Now you're in the laundry room and you're throwing the clothes in the laundry. And then while you're doing that, you're like, wait, I forgot to go put that shirt in the wash. So now you leave the laundry room. You still didn't start the laundry. You still didn't start the sandwich. Now you're going in your room. Whoa, look at this candle. Now you're going in your room, in your closet, wherever, looking for that shirt. You don't find that shirt. But then you find the book and you're like, oh shoot, I said I was going to read this book this morning. And then you start opening up the book and then someone texts you. Then you get distracted. And then before you know it, wait a minute. You didn't make the sandwich. You didn't even start the laundry. Now you're in the room doing the book. Then you get distracted. Someone said, hey, can you send me that blah, blah, blah? And then you're like, oh, I forgot to send that to so-and-so. Now you're on the computer. Like, what happened to the sandwich? You got up to go do a sandwich. Now you're over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Oh my goodness. That's me. Chat, I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here. Oh wait, let me go do this. Oh wait, oh now I gotta go do that, and I gotta do that, and then this. Yes. But see, I do that so unconsciously. I don't even realize I'm doing it until I done moved rooms a couple times. You do it big time? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know. Do you guys do that? Do you guys go from this to this to this to this to this? You may have some ADHD. You may have a little bit of ADHD. Just saying. There's no shame, chat. There's no shame in it. I'm just saying, you may have it. It's okay. Let's go look up the statistic. I do think, let me see. I don't want to say the number yet, unless it's right. We'll say, statistically, 15 million Americans. Oh, no, it says an estimated 22 million US people have ADHD. Oh my goodness. 22 million. We're only human, yeah. 22 million. It's quite a bit of people. Quite a bit. Wow, and they're finding it mostly in adults rather than children, of course. Well, I mean, look at how we were raised, chat. Look at the economy we grew up in. Look at the times that we've been grown up in. Look at all the responsibilities that were given to us. No wonder why it's mostly adults right now. Before it was, oh, okay, all these kids got ADHD. And the adults are figuring it out. Now it's all these adults got ADHD and it's a little bit less than kids. Now it's mostly adults. You know? Interesting. Feel at peace in the water, but not deep out in the ocean. I feel at peace in the ocean if I'm on a cruise ship. Now we're talking. Yes. On a cruise ship. Because I paid for that. Right? You paid for an experience. Only bougie experiences too, chat. We don't know. See, the way I function is if I do something, then I do it. I ain't waiting in no lines. No. I'll be up here on the balcony looking over. But I want to be able to escape to the exclusive part of the ship. if I want to. If I feel like I go out to the main deck and it's too much, well, let me climb back in to the privacy deck. You know? But no, I mean the cruise ship I like. You don't have to worry about that. Now, if you going on like Carnival cruise, well, me personally, I wouldn't even waste my money because there's too much crap that goes down. It's, to me, it takes away vacation. Vacation's supposed to be fun, happiness, peace, not chaos all the time. They got too much stuff going on in these damn Carnival ships for me. Bump the price up. It's got to be more expensive. I'm sorry. The more expensive things are, you're going to get a certain type of people. A little bit more of a maturity in the way people conduct themselves in society, right? You get what you pay for. It's an old school phrase. You know? So, yeah. Yeah, you guys won't catch me on Carnival. But, it is what it is. Now, Carnival, if you want to cut the check. Actually, I still can't revoke my response because I still wouldn't go on a Carnival cruise. You couldn't pay me to go on a Carnival cruise. You literally couldn't pay me to. I would not take the free vacation. I'm sorry. Too many incidents. I don't like when there's too many incidences. I don't want to be a part of it. You know? Okay, let's see. What is it? It's almost 12:30 on the other side of the world. Yeah, I appreciate you guys rocking out with me. I know every time I say in the morning that I'm not going to trade today, that we get less people. That's okay though, but I appreciate those of you guys who stuck around for the stream and watched the stream, checked out the stream. We had a lot to talk about today. We had some interesting discussions. Anybody has any questions for me regarding trading, let me know. Like I said, I really thought it was Friday, so I don't have notes for today. I mean, I thought today was Saturday, so I don't have notes for today. I usually have some notes. So I've been going off on the top of my head today. So if I missed anything, please let me know. If I missed anything. Same, you didn't know you had to tell an adult. Too relatable. Oh, I think Eli's a little behind on the stream. Maybe that could be why I'm getting delayed responses too. I think some people are like 5 minutes behind. Killing each other. We got Muslims killing each other. All types of... I'm just using those two as an examples because they're some of the most popular religions in the world. But guys, regardless of religion, ethnicity, color, skin, gender, whoever you identify as, there's bad people in everything, guys. Just like there's good people in everything. There's good and bad, yin and yang, everywhere. It ain't just, oh, just this religion or just this race or only women do this, only men do this, right? No, it's an individual thing, you know? Have you ever heard of when NASA was seeing exploration? I think they found something. Well, I think they started looking into space to get out of here. No, I haven't heard that, but as far as things that they release, you have to understand there's a lot of classified information that the public is not allowed to know or will ever know. And as much as they drop hints of things, they're never going to give you the full truth. It can be annoying, but I do understand. You guys got to understand the way the world works. When certain things are exposed, people don't know how to freaking act. Think about COVID. Do y'all see how bad that was? Right? Y'all see how bad that was? And the world was split. There were people who were like, F the face mask, I'm not wearing them. And then there were people who were like, I'm gonna wear them because I don't want to get sick. And then there are people who were like, I'm gonna wear them whether I believe in it or not, just in case, so I don't get people I care about sick. There's all different types of, people, it's all different types of decisions, but at the end of the day, you can see how, and just simple information like that, people just take it and run with it. And I can't blame people though. I can only blame society. I mean, society has shaped the world in a way where they want you to be systematic slave owners. They want you to, this is what we do. We wake up, we go to school, we graduate, we go to college. Sometimes we don't go to college. We get a job, we pay bills, we die. That's it. Tunnel vision, right? They got you like this. This is what you do. This is what we do. You're born into a strict family. All you know is what your parents taught you and what you see your family does. And let's say your family only allows you to be around other people of your religion or race. That's all you know. That's literally all you know, I grew up in a diverse area. So, the way that I've experienced life is different from people who didn't grow up in a diverse area. You know what I'm saying, Jack? When you grew up in a diverse area, I feel like you see people more for people because you've seen any type of religion, any type of race, any type of gender. You've seen it all from everybody. It's not, just these people do this. No, you've seen it from everybody. Right? Like, where I'm from, you see somebody who is, we'll say Asian. They're about that life. They ain't soft. They ain't gonna let you hold them for nothing. They're gonna get on you in a way. They're gonna talk to you in a way where people will then say, you're appropriating culture. No, that's just how they were raised. Right? But if that kid grew up in a different type of neighborhood, they wouldn't respond like that. Their response wouldn't be so immediate, so tempered, so defensive in a way of protecting themselves, right? It's pride, guys. J. Cole, not to bring up J. Cole, but he has a song called Pride is the Devil. You can look it up. It's a great song. Pride is the devil. Pride is the reason why you defend yourself, right? When someone disrespects you, you speak up because of your pride, because you care about yourself. You're defending yourself. It's your pride. But as adults, as we get older, we have to learn to put our pride aside, right? So I will say the issue we have in the world right now is we got these adults running around not putting their pride to the side. That's supposed to be stuff you do when you're younger. A little scary to think that we have more and more adults who aren't putting their pride to the side, because now people they're ready to die in their opinion. They are ready to die. Child, we live in America. We got people cutting each other off on the road, getting road rage and shooting each other. Before road rage, they may argue or whatever at the stoplight, but nowadays, road rage, they shooting each other. Like, it's like 0 to 100, no cares. Like, the pride is, man, the goalpost is much more further now. We live in a different world. People are way more depressed than what they used to be, and a lot of it's because of financial things and stressors of the world. Right? A lot of people got nothing to lose. And the old school saying, the worst person to mess with is someone who ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, when someone has a kid, who do you usually see the behavior in someone who just had a kid? The way they react to things sometimes gets a little different because they start thinking about their kid. They're like, damn, I don't want my kid to be fatherless or motherless, so let me not react to this nonsense, right? You ever notice that? Let me know in chat. Maybe you've experienced that where you're like, you know what? I got kids. I can't be reacting to this BS. You know what I mean? Let me just turn a blind eye or go the other way or ignore or whatever, right? Because you got kids. Or there's people who even have a motorcycle and they're like, I had kids, so I don't ride my motorcycle no more, just in case. You know what I mean? The point I'm trying to make, though, is that a lot of people, they find it in themselves to put their pride to the side, usually when they have something that they don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to get society back to the point of caring about themselves. You know, because you should care before you have a kid. You should care about yourself. But we're at the point where people don't care about themselves, but then they have a kid, then they start saying, oh, well, my kid. What about you too? You too, your kid, yeah, but what about you? You didn't care before? You get what I'm saying, chat? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you're still with me. That's a little quiet. I don't know if y'all are sleeping or y'all just listening to me talk. Is that what it is? Are we vibing? Let me know. Are we just vibing? Let me know. Maybe we're just vibing. Appreciate the ones, y'all. But yeah, you guys see where society is. Even when people need help, you know, back in the day, if somebody, like, I don't know, fell off a bike, people would run over and, hey, are you okay? And help them up. Nowadays, you fall off a bike in front of people, either they getting their cameras out or they're just staring at you. They're just like deer in headlights. Like you want help? You gonna ask me if I'm okay? It's like, I don't know what's going on with the world. We got to get back to that being genuine and integrity, right? Helping people. We got to get back to that. You know, what happened to the world? Before you could, you know, fall over, people are gonna rush to be like, hey, you okay? Now you could fall over. Who knows how many people gotta walk by you before somebody checks on you? You know, that's a little scary. A little scary. And some of it may not be people not caring. Some of it may be people having anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety nowadays. They may be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like, I don't know what to do. Or, oh, I'm on my way. I can't be late for work, or I'm gonna lose my job, so I can't stick around for the police or ambulance for you. So I'm just gonna mind my business. You know, we don't know. You know, but the fact that there's things running in our minds so much that we can't stop and help someone is a problem. You know, Luna, you know, some people don't deserve to be parents. There's just one question I ask a lot: why isn't there an exam before you get to be a parent? Isn't that one of the most important jobs? I love that you said that, Luna. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. There's people who do not deserve to be parents. They do not need to be breeding. Oh my goodness. We do not need another version of some of these people, right? But the thing is you have to remember that you have to go back to the reason why we're here. We're here to grow our souls, right? Because your body is a vehicle. This isn't you. This is just who you are right now in this lifetime, right? Your body is a vehicle. You're here to learn lessons. And unfortunately, me too, talking about myself here too, we, as in all of us humans, all of us people, actually not even just humans, all of us souls, a lot of us, we don't learn lessons until we learn the hard way. We don't. Chat, we don't, chat. We all learn the hard way for certain things. We do. There are just certain things that we just have to go through it for us to finally get it. And that's part of the human experience, right? That's part of us being here on this planet. This is the most challenging place, is Earth. Not in beauty wise, it's a beautiful place, right? They call it the garden, just so you guys know. We're not gonna get too deep into that today, but it's a beautiful place, but it's like hell on earth when you look at what's going on, right? With people and wars and just everything, all the above. We go through things to learn, to grow our souls. That's what we're here to do. We're here to grow. People who, I don't say people who cheat, but people who leave early, they come back. Okay. They come back in a whole different body. Here you go, learn that lesson again. All right, so you're here to grow. You're here to grow and be the best you can be. That's it. Be the best you can be, and you can't do that without going through things. From a spiritual perspective, again, I won't get too deep into this. So what I'm about to say, if you are very strict on your religion or spirituality, if you feel like you're going to get offended, I'm going to tell you to click out the stream right now. I'm going to give you your time to click out. If you feel like you want to be more open-minded and you want to listen to someone who's more intuitive, then you can stick around. Okay, I'm going to say it now. Or just mute me. Okay. So, you choose your life path before you come back into your human body, right? You choose your life path. Not by yourself. I'm not going to get into that. But you choose your life path. And the reason why that life path is chosen for you is it's because it's some lessons you need to overcome to grow your soul. So when we say, oh, why was this person born with these type of parents? Or why did this person have to go through all this? And this person didn't go through too much this lifetime. It's because you don't really know how old that soul is, right? Maybe this person keeps coming back and learning the same lesson over and over. They still ain't damn learning. So maybe they got a harder lesson this time. You know, we all have our own tests and trials and tribulations we go through. That's why we all experience a different life. And yes, some people may be born into money and have no worries. But for all you know, the last 10 or 15 lifetimes, they had to struggle. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so what I'm saying is you choose. You choose. And not to get too into people who come here and say that they're trans or you know, they don't feel right in their body. Part of that is because, you know, when you come back into human form as your soul, your memory is erased. You don't remember that you chose this. So sometimes it's somebody who, let's say you were a man for 10 years. Not 10 years, sorry, but 10 lifetimes. 10 lifetimes you were a man. And then this time, Spirit says, you know what? We're going to have to make you a woman this time because there's certain things you just ain't learning as a man. You just ain't learning these lessons. You come back as a woman. And then these are people who struggle. Hear me out. These are people who struggle with their identity because they don't feel right. And they don't feel right. But again, that part of that memory is gone for you. So spiritually, that explains that side. So, that makes sense, chat? That makes sense? So, you know, they struggle. They struggle because if you remembered, then you wouldn't be able to go through the lessons you're supposed to go through. But, you know, everything is supposed to be. You're supposed to go through this lifetime with what you came in with. If you came in as a woman, or if you came in as a man, that is who you are supposed to be right now. Sorry, but that is who you are supposed to be right now. Right? That's what God intended for you right now, because you were not learning lessons in the other form. You weren't learning your damn lessons. So now we're gonna switch it up. Okay, you gotta start learning lessons this way, from this perspective, because that perspective wasn't helping you. It gave you 10 damn lifetimes. All right, now you coming in with a different perspective. So again, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I give you guys a little touch, something to think about. But like I said, we are all one. You know, under the divine, we are all one, guys. We're all one. You know, I like what the astronauts say when they go to space and they look back at the Earth, and they always have that realization of we're just all one. Like, even though we're separated by race, ethnicities, and countries, and borders and division, you know, these people who rule the world, and when I say people, I mean the people who are in charge, I guess leaders and presidents and whatever. Like, everybody wants to divide people. We're all one. When you cut open your arm, what you bleeding? We all bleeding the same thing, aren't we? If you gotta go for open chest surgery, and they gotta go for open chest surgery, we approaching it the same way, right? I'm just saying, think about it. So, you know, we all may be, hey, what are you eating? Come here. Chat. My dog got something. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. He is just so quick. But yeah, I'm trying to say. Testing. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is most people's beliefs stem from what they're taught, not just them experiencing life and coming to a decision on their own without anybody's opinion. Try to formulate your opinion without anything you've been told before, or anybody telling you anything, anybody's opinion. Just try to form your own opinion sometimes. You notice we live in a world that just piggybacks off of what other people like. It's really annoying, right? It's super annoying. No one thinks for themselves. It's like this song comes out and oh, it's trash, and then it goes viral on TikTok, and then everyone's listening to it, and then all the millennials are like, oh, this song is fire. Thought the song was trash. Oh, now it's fire because it's what everybody likes, right? It's like, I'm just giving you an example, but it's like a lot of people in this world, they just want to be accepted. And to be accepted, I think a lot of people naturally have that follow the leader mindset, you know? Think about us being all one, diversity of experiences. I don't know if it's an illusion created due to life suffering. Oh, it is an illusion. You are correct. This is the Matrix. So for those who don't know what people mean or what they say when they say we're in the Matrix, that's what they're talking about. This is the Matrix. It is the Matrix. It's the school of lessons, if you want to call it that way. It's one of the, it's known, Earth is known as not just one of the most beautiful places, but Earth is known as one of the hardest. It's literally the hardest place to learn lessons, because of you're coming into this world as a baby, right? Think about it. Your soul reaches that baby, you're born, and you are a product of your environment. So, I don't know, maybe you were born over in Iran in a war. Maybe you were born in a poor country with nothing. Maybe you were born and your mom was trying to jump the border. Maybe you were born and your parents were on drugs and you got drugs in your system. Maybe you were born into a middle-class family. You got a decent system behind your back. Maybe you were born and, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different, but you're a product of your environment. There you go, you're born, and then you're raised by whoever you're raised by. and you experience life, but also as a kid, doing what you're told. You're doing what you're told. Whatever family you're around, or some people don't grow up with a family, unfortunately. I know people who they just grew up with just their dad. I know people who they grew up with just their mom, and maybe their mom had a sister, so they had like a distant aunt, but they didn't really have like no family. That's tough. That's so tough. And I know people who grew up with a big family, right? So it's so different for everybody, guys. So all of that impacts the way you think. Then you go to school. You're experiencing different kids while you're in school. As you get older, as an adult, you go to college, you experience things, right? And you know, your world becomes your experience, right? Your personal experiences. And from going through all of that, you got to form your own opinion. Most people don't. It's, okay, this is what my family does. This is what I was taught. This is what I'm going to do. And that's it. Everybody else is wrong, right? You're raised to believe that what you were taught is right and everybody else is wrong. Everybody else against it is wrong. That's how everybody's pretty much raised, right? Think about it. Think about it. That's where we form our little habits from. Right? Like some people were raised to be very systematic and organized and on time. Other people were raised, their parents were a little more chaotic. They were never on time to the family function. They was never on damn time. You know that friend or family member who was never on time. They just can't be on time to say they right? So you know when you go to their party, you like, okay, well, let's go like 30 minutes later because they ain't never gonna be on time. Right? But then if you look back on it and how they were raised, it was like time never meant anything for their parents. Why would time mean something to them, right? So a lot of times people are a product of their environment. Then you have people like me and many others who overcome their environment. It's very rare that people do that. You hear stories of other times. Oh, this person grew up in this place and they were poor and then they made it all the way here. Now they have this. Right? But not everybody overcomes the environment and obstacles they were given. They don't. You know? We're definitely all one. We're not different. We're all the same. Love is always the answer. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Love is the answer. We're here to love ourselves, love others, love life. But there's just so much more hate in the world, you know? We're not here to be jealous of each other. You know, abundance is for everyone, no matter who you are. There's enough to go around. There's technically never competition. Just because somebody else has something doesn't mean you can't have it. There is infinite of abundance for every human that exists. Infinite. I say infinite, it's literally infinite for everybody. You know? You just have to unlock that in yourself. And a lot of people haven't unlocked it because they're raised to have doubts about money. You know, a lot of people are taught money's bad, money's terrible, money's evil. Yeah, money is the root to evil, it's true. But money itself is not evil. Like, money isn't evil itself. When they say money is the root to evil, it means that a lot of times when people get money, for some reason, it unlocks this side in them of just evil tendencies. For some reason, people will do anything for money. You go call that friend, hey, can you give me a ride here? Oh, no, I'm busy. But let you win the lottery tomorrow. Let you win 500 million tomorrow, and they know, hey, would you mind giving me a ride? Oh, yeah, I'll give you a ride. Yeah, I had something planned, but yeah, why? Because they think they're going to get some money, right? Money makes people change their decisions like that. It makes them go against their morality. It makes them go against their integrity. That's why it's the root to all evil. For some reason, humans hold money on this scale that's so high, where once money's involved, oh shoot, it's a mind change. You get what I'm saying? Let me get some ones in the chat for those who are still with me. Feel extremely fortunate for the family I have. We all have special family members too. Yeah, and whether you get along with your family or you don't, it's your family. You have soul ties to your family. So regardless of your lifetime, your blood family, those are your people. We have different soul families, just like if those of you who have like really close best friends or people who are really close that you grew up with, they're part of your soul family too. Okay? You ever meet somebody and it felt like you knew each other forever? You just naturally connected, natural conversation, you naturally became best friends, right? Let me know in the chat. You ever meet somebody just natural, right? They're part of your soul. They're part of your soul family. You realize that. A lot of times, the reason why you naturally connected is because that was your best friend in your last lifetime. Not that you're gonna remember, right? But your blood family, those are your soul ties. Like, so unfortunately, in this lifetime, maybe you can get along with your family, but on the other side, y'all get along just fine. But in this lifetime, y'all all agreed, hey, I'm gonna give you shit, right? I'm gonna give you hell. I'm gonna give you shit because you need to learn this lesson. But on the other side, y'all are cool. That's your family for life. No, it says like your blood family, guys. Your blood family is your family. Whether you get along right now or not, you do get along on the other side. But if you don't get along right now, it's because there's a lesson. Maybe either you're teaching them a lesson and they need to grow, or they're teaching you a lesson and you need to overcome something, right? There's something between both of you where y'all don't get along because there's some type of lesson that's got to be learned, right? But like your mom, your grandma, cousin, brother, sister, dad, uncle, auntie, a lot of times they say that you remember people in the form of where they impacted you the most. So it's gonna sound weird, but like say like your grandmother. Your grandmother could have been your mother in your last lifetime, but this lifetime she's your grandmother because she's not meant to be. She was in your life the last time as your mother, so she was in your life for a long time. But now, when you're born, your grandmother's older than your mother, right? Now this time she comes in as your grandmother because she's not meant to be in your lifetime for that long. She can't hold your hand that long this lifetime, right? But no matter what, it's your soul family. It's your family no matter what. You know what I'm saying, chat? Like forever. On the other side, forever. That's your family. So, family is very important, and so are friends. It is important to have connections. Your friends, those of you who are fortunate enough to find a best friend, again, that's your best friend. You know what I mean? When people talk about soulmates, a lot of people think that soulmates is just a partner. But a soulmate is more than a partner. A soulmate can be a partner. It can be your family members, or all your soulmates. It can be your friends. Even friends you don't get along with no more. They're all people, a part of your soul journey. So even those of you who've been in toxic relationships, that was your soulmate for you to learn that lesson and grow from that. Maybe to value yourself more. Maybe don't accept shit like that, right? Anybody here ever been in a toxic relationship? Did you grow from that? Did you accept things that maybe you shouldn't have been accepting because you need to put yourself on a higher pedestal, right? A lot of times, that's your soulmate in a different way. It's your soulmate here to teach you a lesson, to value yourself. Don't take shit like that from people, right? So you move on to your next relationship. This time, you're going into it thinking, okay, I'm not taking shit like that. I'm gonna make sure I value myself and not let people put me down, right? You get what I'm saying, chat? You get what I'm saying? This is why people who are in these toxic and abusive relationships, you notice how it's so hard for them to not be near each other, right? It's hard for them to finally break it off. Because the truth is the connection started as a connection, and it's because there is a connection, but it wasn't meant to be that type of connection in this lifetime, right? Oh Lord, let's not talk about it. It's funny. Let's not talk about it. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Let me get some twos in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Get some twos in the chat if you feel me. Yeah, people, you have to learn lessons, guys. You have to learn lessons. You have to learn lessons. Because unfortunately, if we don't, you know. Milo, you alright? My dog making noise. Go drink your water. Okay, chat. It's been a stream in about 3 hours. We had a great conversation today. So what I will say is we talked about a lot of things. I gave a lot of unpopular opinions today, but that's okay. I stand by what I said. Stand by everything I said today. Yeah, so this weekend, refresh, reset. Okay, if you've been failing, okay. Failure is a part of success. You cannot become successful without failure. You just can't. You can't. You need to fail because you need to know that feeling of failing. Because when you overcome it, man, is it going to feel even more amazing. Right? And also, when you overcome it, you want to be able to maintain it, right? We want you to not just make money, but we want you to continue making money. You get what I'm saying? You want to maintain that money because a lot of people start making money, but they lose it and they go backwards and they go broke again. Right? But how can you make the money and maintain it? Right? So, yeah, have a nice fresh reset over the weekend. I will be live tomorrow, giving you a preview of my new book. It's going to be free. So do tune in. The rest of today, I'm probably going to be working on that book. That way I can give you guys a better estimate tomorrow when it's going to release. Milo, what are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. My dog is choking in the back. But, yeah, I'll see everybody Monday morning if you... Oh, no, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday morning. If you are in the trading lab, I'll see you on Sunday. Sounds good? All right, don't miss out tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's going to be a quick stream. Quick. Super excited. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for everything. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to smile and be positive. All right? See you, everybody. Manifesting to be sitting here, present, confident, seeing it, executing it. What the hell? What was the reason? What was the reason? So I think I'm going to add to this position. My stops to break even. Boom. Boom. And boom. Day, come on, 1K. 690 with micros. And I'm going to close that. Hose is mad, chat. Hose is mad, chat. Oh, man. Hose mad. All right, chat. Close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're gonna close that trade. $5 grand live on stream.